making this live video because somebody asked me what do I think about Golden State and got a little smuts. Hold on. Eh, eh. It was like, yo, Tom, what up, dog? It's like, what you think about Golden State? And I was like, Golden State. It was like, yeah, Golden State and Houston. I was like, Golden State and Houston. How is that even a question of who do I have, Golden State or Houston? What up with you, big homie? Like Golden State or Houston? I'm not even a question of who I got, Golden State or Houston. I'll have none of them. I have none of them because I don't watch it. But if Golden State doesn't win, then something is like something drastic really did happen. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is now is the time for the NBA to pull off some really, really crazy stuff. Yeah, all sports are corrupt. No doubt about that. Y'all know I don't watch the sports. But my whole NBA is fixed series, I'm going to say this one more again. In 2016, I made the series because my neighbor asked me why I don't watch sports. I was like, I don't watch sports because they're fixed. He was like, no, they're not. I was like, yes, they are. And then he started tuning into my YouTube channel, and I told him who was going to win the championship, and that's who won. And then I told him next year who was going to win the championship, and that's who won. Then I told him who was going to win the football championship, and guess what? That's who won. You know what I'm saying? And people started asking me about baseball and hockey and soccer. I don't watch sports. All right? I don't watch them. But nonetheless, I used to because I used to play them. Yeah. Brando Huff. Yeah. Okay, I had to see your name. All right, so when I talk about sports is fixed, or especially the NBA, James Harden is, let me see this. You sick. James Harden is 6. You tripping, my guy. Okay. So, okay, that's I'm tripping. Okay, all right, let's do this then. You think James Harden, and I forgot who else he got. You think that James Harden, I'm gonna put on a different song. You think that James Harden in Houston is gonna beat Golden State? Here's the thing. This game is going to come down to, what is it? 5? Is it 5 or 7? It's one or the other. It's probably going to come, I think it's 5. It's going to come down to game 5. Now, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell y'all right now. If it's a 5-game series, I think it's a 5-game series. If it's a 5, yeah, and Celtics all day. Tell them again, bro. All day. Okay, so if it's a 5-game series, here's what's going to happen. It's let me read this comment real quick. 90% of the money went when he fought. Oh, it's not going to take like that. The bets were. Oh, okay. All right, so here's what's going to happen. Golden State is going to win the first one. Right? Houston's going to win the second one. This is if it's a 5-game series, follow the pattern. GSW sweeping 4. Nope. Until I know James Harden, CP3, and Capella has no defense. Oh my goodness. It's in 7. You know how hard it is to 3P. Chill tone. All right, is he? Okay. Me and you've been going at it for years. So I welcome this. I welcome this. You know what I'm saying? We've been going at it for years, Izzy. And you know how oftentimes I'm right. I'm right more than I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? This is original. I believe some things like last year, how Chris Paul got hurt will get hurt again in Rockets versus Warriors, and Warriors will win again. All right, now there's somebody talking about how it's fixed. See, I used to do all these videos, but you gotta stop watching them. See, my man is talking about how the fix comes in. He's talking about what did I call the Nasri of the day? Man, I ain't did him in a while. But he's talking about how the fix comes in, what they do, and how people get hurt. Like, football, we all know that the Rams running back is going to be hurt in like game 7 of next year's season. We already know that Todd Gurley is going to be hurt most of the season. We already know that Kansas City is going to advance. I mean, we already know things are just going to happen. But my man is talking about how the fix comes in. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, listen. I keep telling you guys, follow the ads. You got to follow the money, right? Now, when it comes to Golden State, when it comes to Golden State, hold on a second, let me read. Okay. There is no money in getting them out there in 4 games. It's going to game 6 and 7. Exactly, exactly. They could have won that Super Bowl. Exactly. Who could have won that Super Bowl? We ain't going there on the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl is always somebody could have won the Super Bowl. All right, so let me get this out because you guys are talking back to me and I like it. All right, so when it comes to, okay, it's going to game 7, right? Okay, for one, we already know it's going to game 7. There's not going to be a sweep of Houston and Golden State. Let's look at why it's not going to happen. One, because of the ratings. But let's even take a step back. What happened earlier this year to make everybody go, oh, we didn't see that coming? What happened earlier this year? What happened? And that's a question to y'all. I already know the answer, but that's the question. What happened earlier this year that hasn't happened in, 15, 16 years? Huh? 15, 16 years. One thing happened, and it ain't happening years. Nuggets versus Houston and WC. Let me look up the conference. But there's one pivotal thing that happened. One pivotal thing that happened. And when that one thing happened, it had a landslide effect. And that landslide effect hit the whole NBA. And that one thing is LeBron James got hurt. When LeBron James got hurt, it affected every team. Why? Because LeBron James is in the West now. And being that LBJ is in the West, and he's playing for the Lakers with all that money on a raggedy team right now, he's playing for the Lakers. Right now, when LBJ got hurt, you already knew that they were not going to the playoffs. When he pulled his hamstring, it was lights out for them in the playoffs. And what did that do? That crushed everybody's thought of LBJ winning the big one this year. All right? Now, the reason why that was such a big deal and it caused a landslide through the whole NBA is because they were looking for LBJ to do what he usually does, and then being that he's with LA now, they were looking for LA to get their right next season. They were looking for LA to get their act together and go ahead and take down Golden State. Now, tell me what big changes happen in the NBA, especially in the West, in order for Golden State not to win. What big changes happened? Did they lose one of the 7 great players that they have? Did they lose some of their starting bench? Did Iguodala leave? Is Clay still there? Because they have the best bench out there. No, what they did was they picked up Boogie Cousins. So you please tell me what happened to that team other than the prima donna-ness of Green and the other dude talking about, hey, we were champions before you got here. What happened? Nothing. Nothing. Not one thing happened. Now, if there was a major injury on Golden State, and or if Green would have left, if Green would have left, or if what's the name who came from Houston? Not from Houston, from shoot, you guys know his name. I forgot the dude's name. If old boy who Green was arguing with, if he would have left, then maybe And here's the thing. Here's the thing. They would have to lose. Listen, for them to drop out of contention to win the big one, for them to drop out, you guys, completely, like they're not going to win. Like I'll pick the Raptors to win the East and then pick the whole thing over. For that to happen, look, you gotta go. Clay has to get hurt, and I don't mean with no little ankle or groin. I'm talking about he has to do break his leg like Howard did on the Celtics. He has to do one of those, or whatever dude Hayward or whatever his name is. He has to break his like he has to be out for the season. Like boom, something big like that going out. Clay would have to get hurt. Boom, that hurts your bench. Iguodala would have to get hurt, and then you would have to take out not Green. You would have to take out either Steph Curry or the other dude's name I can't think about. The other number one shooter that they got. You would have to take out three players. You know how hard that is to fix? You know how hard that is to stage? I'm talking about three players. See, last year, not Cincinnati, but Cleveland only had to take out one player in order for them to just get steamrolled, for them to just blank, for LeBron James to completely quit. All they had to do is frustrate LeBron James, and the rest of the team folded. Yeah, one guy who didn't even know where the basketball, where his hoop was. He was running down the other way. Jr. was running around. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, it's not even. There's not even competition. You keep talking about Houston. Houston, what change did Houston make? What big change did Houston make in order for Houston? Oh, thank you very much. Let me read this real quick. Somebody gave me a couple of, I appreciate it. Yeah, man, long time stuff, man. I appreciate you all day. Tell you wrong. Remember today. Uh, I love you. I love you too, man. But Golden State era is this year. Remember today. You know what, man? I appreciate you. I appreciate your super chat, bro. Me and you been going at it all the time. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I appreciate you 100%. Um, but I just listen. I'm trying to, and I'm trying to. Okay. Let me read some of y'all comments. Y'all got a lot going on. Capella and Tucker. This season, why everybody think that Houston Rockets will be Golden State now that Rockets chance are better because of Boogie Cousins got injured. But NBA storyline Celtics exactly, and I put that video up a couple days. As a matter of fact, I think I talked about it earlier this year. It would be obvious. Yeah, it would be obvious. That's right. Any have been trash. Trash. Everybody else is done. Look, you guys know me. You guys know me. You know I don't sugarcoat it. I tell you exactly how I feel, but I tell you why I feel that way. And like I said, I don't follow none of this. But every now and then I'll catch a glimpse of something. You know what I'm saying? When LeBron got hurt, I was like, When Cleveland sank to second to last, I was like, we knew that. The LBJ getting hurt, I was like, ooh, there goes everybody's chances. They painted murals, and the king is in the West now, and I was just like, And all that money they got, see, all that money that they got over there is going to springboard them into a championship. Watch what happens. Then when it happens, Golden State is either going to lose one of their star players, or they're going to, or listen, here's the option. They're going to lose one of their star players because they already set that up with Green and what's his name going at it. They set that up already. It's a prima donna, they set that up. So it wouldn't surprise me if old boy, dipped off to, I don't know, the Knicks or something to try to even up the East and West thing. Now that LBJ is in the West, they might send him, packing and say, go to New York or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But so there's going to be an injured player on Golden State, and there's going to be or two injured players, main players I'm talking about, and they're going to lose a player. And when they do, that's going to even out the NBA. Now, if they do that, and Durant. Now, if they do that, and then you guys was talking about Houston, I would be like, I could see Houston winning. But right now, there's not one single chance that Houston wins. There's just not. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. Read some of your comment. Durant will go to the next. See what I mean? And look at what the look. Polo, Polo 21. Durant going to the Knicks. Now I just threw that out there, but when I looked at what the Knicks had done, see, the Knicks is not a losing team. Durant is not going to go to a losing team. It's not going to be like a draft. Like Zion Williams, you know what I'm saying? I could see Zion Williams going to Cleveland. I could see that. I could see Zion Williams going right to Cleveland. Boom, Zion Williams is in Cleveland. And you know what? Nobody's going to be like, they have Zion. Who has Zion? Who got Zion? I told y'all I don't keep up. Where's Zion at? Where's Zion go? Because I don't keep up. Where did he go? Didn't Duke win the championship or something crazy like that? Everybody already seen it coming. You know what I'm saying? But it's so patterned out. Like it's so. He will be a Knicks. Oh man, look. Let's bring this up. Let me look at the standings. I'm just telling you guys, follow the patterns. Like, it's just so patterned out. Look, if I'm wrong, I really don't care. If Golden State loses, I'll be like, okay, I was wrong. Because I've been wrong before, and it was like, J.R. Barrett's a better player. He's a better, you know what he is? He's a better conditioned player. Zion Williams is all power. Yeah, it is a routine. Let me read this. Zion Williams is all power. He's not he doesn't set up things and pass the ball a whole lot. He doesn't have a lot of stats. Yeah. J.R. Barrett is a better conditioned player, but look at J.R. Barrett. He's not built like Zion. Nobody's built like him. Bucks are stacked. Okay, you're saying the Bucks are stacked. The freak rebound games fire. Celtics are trash and play. Okay, all right. You saying the Bucks are stacked. All right, let's do this. Eastern Conference right now. Yeah, he's got more skill. He's got basketball skills. Zion Williams is a power player. But you know what? That always happens. You know what I'm saying? When you got somebody that size. All right, Bucks right now are in the number one spot. All right, so give it to the Bucks. Where did we see this before? Okay, Bucks 60 games. Next team below that are the Raptors, 58 games. Where did we see this type of thing before? Last year. Guess who was in first last year? Exactly. Guess who was in first last year? Right before the playoffs hit. Guess who was in first last year? Raptors. What happened to them? They got shut out by Cleveland. All right, don't act like I'm talking crazy. This is all facts. They got shut down. They were number one. They got shut down completely. Shut down 100%. Bucks, okay, Bucks are doing their thing. Haven't even looked at the games yet. I haven't even looked at the games. And you guys are going Celtics, Bucks. Okay, I haven't even looked at the games, but okay, we got Bucks, Raptors. It's the Eastern Conference. Bucks, 60 games. Raptors, 58. The 76ers, 51 games. Still in it. Well, I don't even watch any playoffs, so I'll go through the playoffs and see who got eliminated and who didn't. The Celtics, 49 game. The Pacers, 48 game. And New Jersey. So this is the top six. New Jersey, 42. Magic is coming in at 7, is 42. And the Pistons are coming in at 41 in the number 8 spot. Let's go to the Western Conference. Was I gonna put on some music? I swear I was gonna put on some music. Oh, let me put something on. Look at the Western Conference real quick. Because see, sometimes I think because I don't do these videos that much, that some of y'all forget. Some of y'all forget that the pattern that I always talk about. And when y'all forget about the pattern, then you start saying things that make sense to you, but when you're following the pattern, it's not possible. It's not possible. Like it's not. Golden State losing this year just doesn't. Where's the money in that? You got to follow the money. Where's the money in that? In Golden State losing? Where's the money in that? And you're probably saying, where's money in Golden State winning? Well, you got to understand this. Golden State's pattern of winning right now. Oh, okay, let's put it to you like this. 5 years ago, where was Golden State? Just go like 5 years ago. Where was 6 years ago? Where was Golden State? Were they in the playoffs? Were they winning championships? Because this is their what? Fourth one? This will be their fourth one? Yeah, follow the storyline. See, sometimes I'm like, y'all not following the storyline. It's like a wave, like, okay, boom, Golden State big now. Then they'll start losing players. Players will start getting hurt. They'll go right back down. You just seen it happen with Cleveland. Lost their number one player Cleveland ain't even heard of. They're not doing enough. Nobody's talking about Cleveland. Even in the regular season, everybody knew Cleveland was a wash. And before that, all they talked about was LBJ. That's all they talked about. I'm saying you guys got to follow the money pattern. When you follow the money pattern, you're going to realize that Golden State is not going to, they're going to break that team up because they can't have a monopoly. You can't have domination in a sport to last but so long. And it's not because the players got old. It's because the money, the fans that are watching will get tired. They'll get disenchanted. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, it's the same old, same old. Why would I even watch this? That's exactly what happened. So when you got Golden State as a shoe-in, you're just like, eh. But then but then check it out. Then when you're like, what I'm gonna do, right, like the Bulls back in the day. So what you do is you go, okay, Golden State has been winning. So what we're going to do to manipulate it is we're going to have Golden State lose even though they have all their firepower. How often do you think that's going to happen? And like I said, LBJ is not in the picture. What player out there is better than LeBron James? What player out there is bringing in more money than LeBron James? And I'm not talking about his salary. I'm talking about his eyeballs. How many people are tuning in to see LeBron James, and then how many people are tuning in to see the next best player, Steph Curry? Nobody. Nobody. So when LBJ went out, there goes all those eyeballs. There goes all that money. You can get people to look. When you look at the Nelson ratings, the Nelson rating starts after 5 minutes of looking at a show. You have to understand how that money works. You have to get that. LeBron James helps the ratings go up because of the Nelson ratings. People want to see more LeBron than anyone. Even listen, when Steph Curry got hurt last year, where was Steph Curry when those games were going on? Steph Curry was on the sideline. When Embiid got hurt last year, where was Embiid when the games was going on? He was still on the sideline, and Embiid would stand up just like Steph Curry would stand up, and they would parade back and forth right in front of the players. Yeah, they setting that up. And everybody knows it. And they paraded back and forth and playing. Why? Because people still wanted to see them. People paid to see them. You see what I'm saying? Just like Kobe when he was playing. Yeah, they still had to listen. The guy who plays for the Raptors now played for Popovich, and then we still couldn't figure out what his injury was. I forgot his name, but nonetheless, he stopped even showing up at the games. He was so uninterested. He was like, I ain't even showing up at these games. Listen, when you're bringing in that type of money, they still want you at the games because people still want to see you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody brings in more money than LeBron James. And watch, LeBron James will probably be at all the championship games. He's probably going to be there. They're probably going to pay him to be there. I bet LeBron, it wasn't Tony Parker. Tony Parker, I think he retired. I think Tony Parker retired. It was the young dude who decided he didn't want to play anymore. But watch. No. Tim Duncan had already retired. I'm talking about last year. So what's going to happen is I bet LeBron James is going to be at every final, or he's going to be at the majority of them. And he'll have his family with him. He just ain't going to show up. He'll have a whole crew with him. And I'm betting 10-1 that they're paying him to be there. I'm betting 10-1 they'd be like, LeBron James, we'll pay you an extra $1 million just to show up. Just to show up and sit in the front row like Jay-Z and all those other stars do. We'll pay you, LBJ, just to sit $1 million, just to sit there. $1 million. And LB will be like, all right, I'll be there. Because he brings eyeballs there. And they're going to show him every time he's there. They're going to show him at least 2 or 3 times. I'm just saying, if it happens, if it don't happen, but I believe there's a good chance it's going to happen. I'm just saying you guys got to follow this pattern. You guys got to follow the money. If Golden State loses, they'll lose so much money. They'll lose so much money from Golden State going down. It ain't even funny. They'll lose. Like, I can't even see it. I can't see it whatsoever. But then again, I don't watch the sport. You guys watch the sport. But I can't see Golden State losing. I could see it going to Game 7. Why wouldn't it go to Game 7? You know what I'm saying? Houston is a good team. LeBron, not LeBron, but James Harden's got a lot of money behind him. He's doing a lot of commercials. You know what I'm saying? He's doing Hulu commercials, I think, or whatever. James Harden is out there. You know, they put him out there. Still doesn't matter. He's not going to win. Most people forget that those players are entertainers. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Listen, in the East, the Celtics got a better chance. Well, let me say this. Let me say this. All right, here's something I'm gonna just throw out there. It's not a prediction, But here's what I'm guessing is what's going to happen next year. I think Houston's going to win next year. I think Houston's going to win next year. I think that Kevin Durant is either going to get suspended or he's going to leave. He's going to leave at the end of this year. And I think somebody, well, we know Clay ain't going nowhere. Iguodala was talking about leaving. Remember, he wanted to go to the Spurs or something like that because he wanted a bigger paycheck. So I think, yeah, strong possibility. This is what I think is going to happen. Now, you're talking to somebody who never watches the games. This is just what I think is going to happen. I think James Harden's going to, because they pumping him up a little too much. I think James Harden takes it next year. I think, like I said, Kevin Durant leaves and goes to the Knicks. Iguodala leaves and goes to the Spurs. And Clay gets hurt. Clay gets hurt. And if you follow the whole season, it's gonna be like it's gonna knock down like dominoes. It's gonna be like boom, 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 boom. It's gonna be like once they get to the finals. Once they get to the finals, will be the last thing. Like Clay get hurt in the finals. Iguodala will leave. He's not going to leave half season. He'll be talking about leaving. He'll be some type of discouragement. But you got to understand, for them to be contenders, they don't need Iguodala to be a contender. They need Iguodala to win comfortably because he's a great six man. He's Lamar Odom. Okay, he's a great six man. You know what I'm saying? So they don't need him to contend, though. They don't need him to win so they can win 40, 42, 43 games. You're still in contention. They need him to be comfortable. They need him to pull somebody off the floor and give him a rep. And then, he go in there and keep the scores going, and they're good. You know what I'm saying? So some of those players, they don't need them. Not with all that firepower. So that's what I'm saying about the whole thing. Like when I look at Golden State, they have so much firepower. They don't need everybody. They just don't. And so that's how I think they're going to fall apart. I think at the end of this season, Kevin Durant's leaving. Something's going to happen, and it's going to be some big news. It's not going to be like a casual. He's not going to do a LeBron James thing. Or, here's a thought. Remember when LeBron James left Cleveland the first time and how he did it? When he went to the Heat, LeBron James just had a quick announcement. He was just like, I'm going to the Heat. Dropped the mic and went and chilled out in Miami, won 2 championships or something like that. Remember when that happened? You might have Durant do that. Might have a little some of that going on. So that's just what I think. But yeah, because to me, it just seems more logical for Durant to come out of nowhere, especially with all this that's going on. It just seems okay for him and Green to keep having this fighting going on. That don't seem logical to me. It's too fake. But for him to just come out of nowhere and say, I'm discouraged and I no longer want to be here, it's the end of my contract, yada, yada, yada. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do. But I talked to the coach of the Knicks and the GM. And it's too fake. I talked to the coach of the GM and, or I talked to the GM of the Knicks and, we just, we're moving in the same direction. Meaning they paid me more money. So, yeah, I just decided I'm going to go ahead and... Big news! Kevin Durant leaves. You already know. It's you're going to have Kevin Durant, and then you're going to have 2 hurt players, but Steph Curry is still going to be... He's going to be A-okay. No injuries, no nothing. Because he's the breadwinner. He's their, eyeballs want to see Steph Curry shoot from half court and put people's lights out. They want to see him dribble around people like a globetrotter. You know, they want to see all that. So Steph he's not even gonna get hurt. Nothing. Iguodala, how many people are there to see Iguodala? I think Clay has more fans than Iguodala. But when you take Clay out and you take that six-man Iggy out of there, now you got people who can contend with him. But here's the thing. Let me tell you something. Last year, when Westbrook was padding his stats, that was a downfall. When his teammates were getting out of the way so he can get rebounds, you know what I'm saying? And helping his stats go up, it eventually everything will come to the light. When they realize that you're not that good as your numbers say you are, it's only a matter of time before one, you went and tried to get some help. And your help didn't even help you. You guys got beat 4-1. 4-1. And the last shot was almost at the half court. Like, no. No. And they turned around and blamed it all on you. 4-1. No. You pad no stats like that, people realize you're just not that good. They're gonna come for you. When they see a chink in your armor, and they're just like, the only reason why your stats look that good, or people are talking about your triple double and all that other stuff, simply because your teammates are feigning. And when they exposed your teammates feigning, when they made that big deal last year, they're like, Russell Westbrook is not that good. So you realize, you tried to backpedal, like, let's get who they got, Paul George or whatever his name is. They're just like, I don't know who's the guy on their team. I think it's Paul George they picked up. They just like, we're going to need some help because they're going to come for us now. And that's exactly what they did. They came for y'all. Nah, that was it. That was it. You showed a weakness. Your teammates showed a weakness. Look, listen. It wasn't even that Russell showed a weakness. It was his teammates showed their weakness. They showed a team weakness when you pad another person's stats, and then the announcers are talking about it. That's a team weakness. That's an amplified, scheduled weakness. Or a scheduled weakness to amplify your stats. It just, once people see that, they just, boom, they're going to come right at you. And that's exactly what happened. And now they got exposed. You guys aren't playoff material. You guys aren't championship material. Y'all not. Y'all got a player whose stats is all jacked up. You don't know what his stats really are. You don't know how good he is. And he's good, but he's not a superstar like y'all thought. His name is out there. His name is all puffed up. But when it comes to actually performing, he's going to come up short. And they called him on it, and that's what happened. You had a team that wasn't even in the runnings last year call him on it. Where'd that team come from? The Blazers? Where'd they come from? And they called you on your own bull. That's what happened. That's what happened to them. And it's, you know what? And it's the Thunder's fault. That's all their fault. They got called on their own nonsense. And the Trailblazers just, somebody was going to catch them. Somebody's going to catch you. And that's what happened. So I don't feel sorry for them whatsoever. Not one bit. So yeah, I mean, it's all fixed. You know what I'm saying? It's all fixed. In the Western Conference, Warriors number 1, 57 games. Denver number 2, 54 games. Trailblazers number 3. Listen, what did we see last year? What did we see last year? We saw last year, this is what we saw. In the East, we saw the Celtics do this very same thing. And who did they start talking about? Terry Rozier. During the whole season, they wasn't talking about Terry Rozier. All of a sudden, we're talking about Terry Rozier doing something to Cleveland. I was like, where y'all get this dude from? Because you're not talking about the number one Celtic. What's his name, little shorty? You're not talking about him because he's hurt. They had two major players hurt. So you're not talking about them. But now you're talking about Terry Rozier by default. Terry Rozier was a default superstar for 3 games. Default. Simply because the other players who are the real superstars aren't there. So by default, we're talking about you doing something in the East. Nah, bro. That's what the Trailblazers are to me. The Trailblazers are the Celtics last year in the East. That's what they are. What's the player's name who shot that last 3 in old boy's face and won it for him? And the Thunder, and DX the Thunder. What's his name? I don't know his name. But that guy's Terry Rozier to me. That's it. Let's look at the next round they got. All right, this is what's coming up. Hold on a second. Terry Rozier. Where's Terry at now? It's Terry Rozier. Out of here. Terry Rozier. It's Terry. Terry Rozier. It's Terry Rozier to the out of here. Terry Rozier. Stephen A. Smith. All I'm saying is Terry Rozier has stepped up to the plate and now he's become the superstar we all knew that he was. I mean, have you seen Terry play this way all season? I mean, this guy is playing phenomenal. Shut up, Stephen A. Smith. Shut up, you inflator. You're an inflated inflator. Out of here. I don't even listen to them anymore. Can't take it. I don't know what they pay that guy. They need to pay me all of his money to get on there and inflate people. Terry Rozier is out of here. Anyways. Really? Terry Rozier. Guy plays better than me. I'll give him that. All right, so the Warriors and the Clippers play today. When Blakely. Right. Charles Barkley. Yeah, and Charles Barkley. Inflators, man. Bunch of old guys sitting up there stinking up the place. I'd rather listen to Randy Moss talk about basketball. I might watch that. Randy, what do you think about the Clippers? Listen to him and that country twang that he has. He's more entertaining than they are. All right, so the Warriors and the Clippers. Turn this song off. All right, so the Warriors and the Clippers. We already know what that's going to be. It's 3-2. So what is it? Oh, it's going to game. So it's going to game 7. So the Warriors are going to win today. It's going to be it for that. 3-3. Whoa, who went 3-3? Nuggets and Spurs. Neither one of them matter. Nuggets and Spurs. They're tied up 3-3. So it's a who cares. Neither one of them are going to championship, but okay. Who cares? Nuggets and Spurs. Nuggets. Denver. Uh, doesn't matter. What do you matter? So yeah, Clippers. I think Clippers and Warriors are going to be finished today. Truthfully, I think the Warriors are going to just beat them and say, "Ah, we're done." We need a rest, but if it goes to Game 7, I still got the what? Prove me wrong. Beat the Warriors. Be nice to see. I care less. I'm not making any money off of it. Um, Game 1, 76ers and Raptors. Uh, what do we got? 7:30 tomorrow. 76ers, Raptors. You know what? I'm a. The Raptors are a better team, so I'm gonna take Raptors over the 76ers in the whole series. The Celtics and the Bucks. I'm going Celtics. The whole thing. Celtics. I think both of these are gonna come down to Game 7s though. Yeah. So yeah. So I got the Raptors beating the 76ers, and I got the Celtics pulling it out on the Bucks. And when that happens, then all these naysayers talking about the Bucks doing whatever, even though they're number one, they're in the number one spot. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, they went down. I'm like, yeah, my brother, I'm getting in the car now. Thanks for sharing your views on it. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, talk to you later, man. Real talk, man. Thanks a lot. And that's going to end the chat for